I know Coach Mirabal told us about you back in the spring that you've come a long way since you first got here, and that's kind of continued into fall. So just what have you been working on the most, and what do you think's improved the most over the course of especially the first 5 fall practice?
I just knew since I was training places with Jalen Rivers every other drive, I just knew coming into this year I had to play a full game, and so the first thing I wanted to attack is my condition. I got to get in game shape, good enough shape, you know what I'm saying, to play a full game and play at an elite high level. So yeah,
and he was talking about how you went to Frisco to train during vacation time. Just what did you learn from that 5, 6, 7 days you were out there?
Yeah, we did a lot of mobility. We did a lot of core strengthening training. We did a lot of mobility. We did a lot of stuff, but football wise, man, we did some of the same stuff we do here. We did some of the same stuff we did here. We did high level.
How did that opportunity come about?
I reached out to him. I reached out to him. I just knew we had a discretionary week, and so that was my only free time, I guess. And so I just went out there and trained.
Tell us up. I know Coach Mirabal said a lot of great things about you, but what's one thing that Coach Mirabal has taught you, or that sticks with you, that has elevated your game?
One thing been emphasized since day when I came here, you know what I'm saying, next play mentality. So whether it's good, bad, you know what I'm saying, to keep being level-headed, just go to the next play.
And obviously playing next to Matt McCoy, how have you seen him grow over the last year or so?
Yeah, man, playing with Matt has been great. Playing with anybody that left guard has been great. Communication on point. I got enough confidence that when I do communicate, the job gonna get done at a very high level as well. So no matter who I'm playing next with. So.
What have you liked about how Carson Beck's command in the huddle is in practice, or just how he controls the group too during the course of the practice?
I like. Well, first I just like how humble he came in. How humble he came in the first place, and just him taking charge. This his huddle, his offense. So he took charge of it, and I really appreciate it. So, like I said,
Anything else?
Someone said that you were going to give each member of the media a tailburger before ball camp. Can we make that happen?
Yeah, we made that.
Markel, all football players work hard, but for you, it's really paid off over the last couple of years. Just talk about that journey you've been through and how your hard work has been worthwhile for you.
It's been a long journey, just leading up to this point. I still got more work to do, but I think that's the biggest piece of advice, what I'm saying, that I can give somebody, just coming in from either JUCO or high school, just take one day at a time. You're not gonna be perfect, you're not gonna be a Hall of Famer in one day, and so you're gonna be behind because you're not coming in, but take one day at a time. You're gonna find some passion.
How far behind did you feel at the beginning?
It was a whole 180. It was a whole 180 coming from JUCO, but I turned 1 degree at that. So
In the beginning, they just threw you out there and you had to swim. Was it times that you got kind of low on yourself? Talk to us about those moments.
Yeah, man. Even though I did, sometimes mess up, I knew for a fact that I was gonna get better. I wasn't always that good at JUCO as well. I had to come from high school, and I got better at JUCO. I was just gonna come to here, I had to get better. So I just knew hard time doing my last. So yeah.
James, I remember you said in the spring, basically you got here, you learned how to playbook, everything down pat by the start of spring practice. How has that all kind of carried over into the fall?
We've continued to install new things and create some more wrinkles. So at the end of the day, you've got to come ready to learn, ready to work, and every time you install something new, you got to be able to know it better than anyone else as a center, because you got to send guys in the right direction, and you got to be on the same page with the quarterback and the offensive coordinator also.
How important or how good is it to finally start getting some on-field reps with Carson? How much did your guys' relationship over spring carry over, being able to do what you guys are doing now in the fall?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think that's probably the biggest difference between spring and fall camp. Obviously, Carson was here in the spring, and we got to talk through a lot of stuff with him and sit meetings together and do all that. But at the end of the day, being on the field is not something that can be replaced by doing anything else. And he's been great. He's really smart, really cerebral, and understands the way coverages work, the way points work in the run game, and he's really into football, and he's got a great understanding of how everything works, and he's a great person to work with.
How have you seen SJ ability kind of grow since he got here in the spring?
He's been great. He works his butt off every day. He comes to work with a great attitude, and he's a phenomenal athlete. I think he's one of the stronger guys, no liner, honestly. He's not one of the biggest guys at the same time, so he's a really good athlete. He's got a great attitude, great person, and he's gonna be a great player.
And I know still a long way to go till season opener, but I know you come from a big football family. Just the excitement of opening against Notre Dame. I know it's weeks away, but just how exciting is that? I guess how cool is it to open the season with such a big marquee matchup?
Yeah, that time will come when it gets here, but we're kind of just focused on fall camp, and we're focused on the Miami Hurricanes right now.
James, now that you've been here for a full spring, a little bit fall, and had a lot of time to work with Coach Mirabal, what stands out the most about the way he coaches and just the way he is as a person?
I think just his passion for everything really stands out, and it's not something I've really ever been around, to be honest, at that level. He's super intense in everything he does. He comes to meetings the same way he'd come out to practice. He's in everyone's faces. He's always barking, and he's ready to go, and he brings a lot of fight to the party.
How's the adjustment from meshing with this new unit that you have within the first few days of practice?
It's been great. I think that was one of the best things about getting here for spring ball, was having that time to mesh with the other guys and learn about the guys in the room. They can learn about me as well, and just by being able to do that, we've been able to hit the ground running.
How do you feel like fall camp was going for you so far?
It's going well. It's a lot of competing, and just everybody's getting better. It's just a circle with no jealousy, so it's just a lot of competing, having fun with my guys.
Coach Mirabal was telling us about how last year you were dealing with a shoulder injury and just was fought through it throughout the season. Just what was that like for you, making sure you were ready to play and ready to practice, and how was the recovery after surgery?
So going through that season with that shoulder labor injury, I did a lot of rehab, and I just stayed on top of it maintenance-wise, and I was completely fine during the season. It wasn't nagging me or anything, so I just took care of it. And after getting surgery though, after the season, the recovery was very quick, to be honest. I've been through it a couple of times, and I know exactly what to do, and I feel like I came back really quick, and it was better than ever.
And it was your right shoulder?
Yeah, my right leg.
Coach Mirabal said that as soon as it happened, when they said surgery might be enough, you said, no, I'm playing through the season. What
Exactly.
made you decide, hey, I'm making sure I'm toughing it out? What made you mentally want to make sure you were able to be out there?
It was just my chance to play, and I just knew I couldn't just give it away. And I knew whatever it takes to block and do my job is what it is. I get paid to do what I do, and I make sure I do it. So.
Did it limit you though?
No, it didn't limit me. I made sure it didn't. I really did a lot of maintenance on it. I made sure it was strong enough to, never come out, and make sure I was good enough to play. So I never thought about it. I just made sure I was on top of it. I just did my job.
So now that it's fixed, are you a better player now?
I wouldn't say I'm a better player. I mean, I'm just saying I'm growing as a player in general. I wouldn't say a shoulder doesn't make me a good player or not. So I just keep competing and just keep fighting with my guys. So.
Looking ahead to this year, just how much did that playing time last year help you, get used to playing at the college level? Because you got kind of thrown in early, with, Florida, and just how much did that help you? How much did you learn from last year's experience?
Yeah, that was really my first time being on the field, so that gave me a lot of experience. Being out there with Jalen and Zach, Nez, everybody was just on the same page. So I learned a lot, and I feel like I've seen a lot too as well. So.
How's this year's line coming together, and how do you see your role fitting in there?
I mean, we're all competing. Nobody should be comfortable. So I feel like the best guys should be playing. So anything that's regarded to somebody starting, it's not really what we're trying to do right now. We're just trying to make sure we're competing and doing our jobs as best as we can. So.
What's the culture like in the O-line? Because Coach Mirabal was talking about how it's been so consistent. Guys who could have transferred and probably started elsewhere are sticking it out, waiting their turn and competing. Just what do you think it says about the culture of that room that's the case in this day and age of college football and everything?
I would say Coach Mirabal, he built the culture brick by brick ever since I got here. I came here with him in class of 2022. We just build the culture every year. It's just guys who come in, like, they get used to it really quick because that's literally all it's about is our culture. 'Cause we got to be the best position on the field, so it's really important for all lines.
After last year's performance, some people are saying that Miami should consider offensive line you. How do you feel about that?
I feel like we earned that. So, like, I mean, Miami, I guess they didn't always have a good O-line, and I feel the last couple of years we proved that we're getting better, and we're trying to be the best position on the team every year. So.
I think just how is camp coming along for you guys? How do you think the line? I mean, obviously you guys have all been playing together for a while now, but how is the line continuing to gel and build chemistry?
Coach Mirabal never lets us settle. He's always going to push us. Like, he even said it today in the meeting room. Like, everybody's got to compete. No one's spot's guaranteed. You get what I'm saying? Like, everyone's got to compete. And yeah, there's obviously the guys who are, they're going to play, but everybody's got to compete and push each other because that's the only way we could get better. If everyone's comfortable in their spots and their roles, then there's no growth.
You are competing at multiple spots on the line. Just give us an update on where you're at right now as a guard, as a center.
Yeah, I've been getting reps at guard, center, and wherever coach puts me. I know what to do at all three spots if I really had to do it. If whatever coach tells me to do, I just go out there and do it, and that's really it. I don't ask too much.
And one of the veterans in the room, how have you seen some of the young guys, like the freshmen, the second-year guys come along?
I was waiting for that one. We've got great growth everywhere. I got young guys, not really young. Nino Francavilla, he's a little bit older, but he's really been pushing himself. He's working. Juan Manaya's been working. Derek Plaza's been working. SJ, Max, Jaden, Demetrius, all been coming up. Those are freshmen. They're working hard under Coach Mirabal. We're taking them under our wing, and we're teaching them how to do things. All those things play an effect, and I think all of them are going to really, they're going to pan out, and they're going to figure their way out.
Is this the deepest group you've seen since you've been here?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. In my years, I feel like this is the deepest we've been. We have talent everywhere. We got guys backing up guys that are talented, and I feel could start other places. That's really the big thing, though. If everyone can buy in and we could just be a unit, we'll see what we could do.
What role do you play in this
Whatever they need me to do, really. I don't show up and I'm like, I gotta do this. Like, if someone's struggling that day, I'll go out and talk to them and I'll lift them up. If I see a starter having an issue, I'll talk to them. I expect the same though from everybody else. Like, I want to be held to that standard as well.
Alex Mirabal was talking about how a lot of guys, like in the O-line room, have stuck around, even though like they could go start, if you could go potentially start somewhere else, or Samson was a 5-star prospect, he could go and start somewhere else, if they transferred, but pretty much everyone's stayed here. So why do you think, especially in the offensive line room, and what kind of culture keeps guys here?
What you just said about Samson's completely true. Samson's a dog, and I feel he could start everywhere too. And he's waiting on his turn just like me. We're just here whenever our opportunity comes, however everything may end up. If our opportunity is called, I can guarantee you that me and Samson will be ready.
That's tough at times, though, having to wait, especially for you going last year, just knowing that opportunities are there, but still having to wait to actually get that chance.
No, it's not tough. Last year I got my start. Unfortunately, I got injured. Things happen. I can't go over there and feel bad and dwell on it. But I promise you that I came, I busted my butt, and I was back for Syracuse with a broken leg. And just like that, everyone in our O-line kind of has that mentality, just grind, get back, and be there for each other. Selfish if you're not there for each other.